We're going to finish this efficiency and shape lecture with Sabaki, the introduction of Sabaki. Sabaki is a Japanese term. Let's just look at the area first before I go into it. When we look here, to me, this looks like a very strong area for white. White has at least 3 stones, and this is an enclosure on the corner. So it's a very strong area. It's very difficult for black to allow white to make all these points. So black should find a way to break them up. To do so, we can use Sabaki. Sabaki usually involves attaching to strong stones. Normally, you hear not to attach to weak stones, right? Because when we attach as white to a weak stone, such as black, black will now have the chance to get stronger. In this case, though, this instance or example, black is attaching to a strong group. If the strong group gets stronger, what does it matter? It was already strong. So this is usually a good idea. If we can attach to strength and play lightly, which means that we allow sacrifices, we can generally get good shape out of it. Let's take a look at how we can get good shape out of this sacrifice. So when black plays this attachment and white attacks it, black can crosscut. And now when white goes for the kill, this allows black a lot of free moves, right? A lot of Ataris to stay in Sente. So Atari, Atari. And now what black will do is play very lightly. It will play out and far away from these stones. So this stone was already sacrificed, and these stones will potentially be sacrificed too. But if black is able to make a good shape here, it essentially broke up this big area that could have been huge. So white has all these attacks, right? And so if white attacks these stones, black can Atari. Black corrals around white. If white was to play here, it would be an Atari, right? And so now we can see exactly what happened here. Essentially, black got a very thick group on the outside, and this thickness is going to project influence across the whole board. So it's going to be useful for the rest of the game. White, on the other hand, has been clumped down into a dumpling shape. And so these stones aren't projecting any influence. And so black made a very good shape by using these sacrifices. This is a very high level technique. It's very difficult, I think, to grasp as a double-digit Q player, because once again, we're not used to just allowing our stones to die. So in this case, this was a very good situation for black, using the Sabaki to sacrifice these stones. And so now when we finish it, we can see that black has sealed in white and has even more influence projecting this way, making this into a trash stone. Same thing, this is symmetrical, so if we go through the same motions, we can see that it's exactly the same thing. And so if black connects here, then we're good, right? This is just good for black. So this is my example of Sabaki, and this covers quite a lot in this lecture. This is the difference between efficient stones and non-efficient stones. As the player, you once again want to strive to make good shape and good efficiency, and you want to spoil your opponent's shape, making them inefficient. That's the end of this lecture. We'll move on to the next.